Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain you one of the very important questions, that is explain Kirchoff's laws with an example. Explain Kirchoff's laws with an example. So firstly I am going to explain you Kirchoff's second law, which is very difficult. Kirchoff's second law. So Kirchoff's second law is also called as voltage law. Kirchoff's second law, it is also called as voltage law and it is also called as law of conservation of energy. So Kirchoff's second law, it is also called as Kirchoff's voltage law or KVL or law of conservation of energy. Now coming to the definition of Kirchoff's second law, sum of the voltages across all devices in a closed loop is equal to 0. Sum of the voltages across all devices in a closed loop is equal to 0. Now we need to explain this with an example. So here I have taken one textual example. This is a textual example. Now, so this is a circuit. In this circuit we have two batteries. This is battery 1 V1 and this is battery 2 V2, and we have three resistors R1, R2, R3. We have three resistors R1, R2, R3. Now see, most of you have seen feeling very much difficult in the analysis of this Kirchoff's second law. Most of you are feeling very difficult. That is why what I am doing is I am explaining this in a reverse manner, and then I will explain all these steps. So in order to make you remember better, I am explaining this in a reverse manner. So first here we have two batteries. We have two batteries, and these two batteries, see these two batteries, forget about this resistor. If you forget about this resistor, these two batteries are connected from plus to minus. These two batteries are connected from plus to minus. So when batteries are connected from plus to minus, here this is the plus of a battery and this is the minus of a battery. If we connect plus and minus, then total voltage will be V1 plus V2. So here I am taking one example, that is here I have two batteries. So this is the plus of a battery, this is the plus of a battery, and this is minus of a battery. And when I connect plus to a minus, when I connect this plus to a minus, so net voltage will be V1 plus V2. When we connect plus to minus, total voltage will be V1 plus V2. Whereas if we connect two minuses, if we connect this minus and this minus, if we connect two minus, then net voltage will be, total voltage will be V1 minus V2. So here since we are connecting plus and minus, voltage will be V1 plus V2. So here plus of one battery is connected to minus of another battery. Plus of one battery is connected to minus of another battery. That is why total voltage is V1 plus V2. We know that V is equal to IR. We know that formula. We have one formula, that is V is equal to IR. V net is equal to I into R net. So here net voltage is V1 plus V2, and all the three resistors are connected in series, R1, R2, R3. All these three resistors are connected in series. That is why R net is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So finally V net is equal to I into R net. V net is V1 plus V2. R net is R1 plus R2 plus R3. So V1 plus V2 is equal to I into R1 plus R2 plus R3. And if we expand this, V1 plus V2 is equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3, IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. And if you bring this plus V1 plus V2 to other side, it will become minus V1 minus V2, minus V1 minus V2 plus IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3 is equal to 0. This is what we need to deduce here. So this is the final equation we need to deduce in this example. In this way you can remember it better. So final equation how can we get? By using this plus and minus, since we connected plus and minus, V1 plus V2 is equal to I into R net. R net is R1 plus R2 plus R3. If we expand, we will get this final equation. This is what we need to deduce. So till now what I have said is only for your sake, but what you need to write in the exam is, till here you need to write in the exam. So this is the final equation we got. That is why from this what you need to write is, from this final equation what you need to write is, here applying Kirchoff's voltage law starting from point A. We can take any one point. I have taken this point A. So starting from point A, we need to apply Kirchoff's voltage law starting from point A. And here in the final equation we have minus V1. That is why we need to write voltage in the battery 1 is minus V1. And in the final equation we have minus V2. That is why we need to write voltage in the battery 2 is minus V2. And in the equation we have plus IR1. In the final equation we have plus IR1. That is why potential difference at resistor 1 is IR1. And in the final equation we have plus IR2. That is why we need to write potential difference at R2 is IR2. And in the final equation we have plus IR3. That is why in the final equation we have plus IR3. That is why in the step we need to write, next step we need to write is potential difference at R3 is IR3. So sum of all voltages is 0. We need to add all these minus V1 minus V2 plus IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3 is equal to 0. So till here you need to write in the exam. Till here you need to write. From here whatever I said, that is only for your sake to remember better. So these are the steps. That you need to write in the exam. These are the steps. Till here you need to write in the exam. Thank you everyone. I hope it's clear.